Hello, friends. How are you? Welcome, and thank you for tuning in once again. Now, today I want us to look at what we call algebraic expressions. Now, in mathematics, we have a branch called algebra. Now, algebra is the branch of mathematics that deals with the representation of quantities using letters, which are also referred to as variables. Okay. For example, you could talk of, for instance, a farmer having four cows, four cows, and even let's talk of five goats. Now we can choose to represent this information in algebraic sense to give us the total number of animals that this farmer has. And this we can do by, for instance, representing cows by the letter C and goats by the letter G. So that here we say that the total number of animals that this farmer has becomes 4C. Remember, we are talking about four cows and five goats. So 4C plus 5G. Now, what we have here is what we are calling an algebraic expression. Okay. If we could have another case of a student having, let's say, two pens or pens and rubbers. So he has, for instance, two pens. So we can represent the pens by letter P. So we say 2P. And let's say three rubbers. So 3R. This is another example of an algebraic expression. An algebraic expression. 2P plus 3R. You see, we are using letters to represent certain quantities. Now, after that, in algebra, there are certain terminologies that are used. For instance, let's look at the terminologies. We have terms, coefficient, and variable. These are some of the terminologies, the terms that are used. Now, to begin with, let's look at terms or a term. So a term is a component of an algebraic expression. And the terms in an algebraic expression are connected by either a plus or a minus, an addition sign or a subtraction sign. For example, earlier on we talked of 2p. So e.g., we have 2p plus 3r. Now this is an algebraic expression. Now 2p is a term and 3r is another term. So this is an algebraic expression with two terms. So again, if we consider another case, let's say even a plus b minus c. Now this is another algebraic expression with the three terms. A is a term, b is a term, and minus c or negative c is also another term. Remember, now when you talk of 2p, 2p is the same as 2 times p. 2 times p. When we write 2p, that's the same as 2 times p. Similarly, when you have 3r, this is the same as 3 times r. Okay? And the moment we multiply the two, they give us one quantity, which we call 3r. So it's 3 times r, but now it's 3r is considered as one quantity. Now, coefficient, having known what a term is, let's look at the coefficient. What is a coefficient? This is the constant part. Constant part, or what we can call the real number part of a term of an algebraic expression. So for example, in this algebraic expression 2p plus 3r, if we consider 2p, e.g., if we consider 2p, this is an algebraic expression, or we can consider it as being a term in an algebraic expression. So 2p here, the constant part is the 2. So this 2, the real number part. So 2 here is the coefficient. Okay, 2 is the coefficient. So when you talk of 3r, 3 is the coefficient. What if you have an algebraic expression like a? So what is the coefficient in this case? Correct, you are right. The coefficient in this case is 1. So this a is simply the same as 1 times a. But now when the coefficient is 1, it is normally unnecessary to write it as 1a, because we know anything multiplied by 1 is that thing. Anything multiplied by 1 is that thing. So we never write 1a, we simply write a. So the coefficient in that case is 1, the constant part. Good. Now next we look at the other terminology that is used in algebra. As we had seen earlier, the terminologies, we have 3. So the next one is variable. Variable. Now variable, even as the name suggests, is a thing that can vary. So in algebra, we said algebra is the branch of mathematics that deals with the representation of items using letters. So the letter part, remember we've talked of coefficient being the constant part or the real number part, but or the part of the algebraic expression or term that has a letter is what we are referring to as the variable of an algebraic expression. E.g., like let's just consider our 2p. So we said 2 is the coefficient. Now the letter part is the p. Here p, now p is the variable. And it is referred to as a variable because it can assume different values. It can vary in values. That's where we get the term a variable. Okay, good. Thank you for this for now. In the next clip, we'll look at how to simplify algebraic expressions. Give me a like and also subscribe if you haven't. Thank you so much. See you next time.